For my second assignment, I have chosen to explore my major subject area of art. This lesson is best suited for grade 8 according to the Alberta Program of Studies. I am going to focus on the following program point. Students will employ space, proportion, and relationships for image making. To do so, I have chosen an artistic technique called one-point perspective. What is that? This term sounds scary, but let's think of it in everyday life. Close your eyes and think of a time when you released a balloon into the sky, and it went so far that you cannot see it anymore. If you've flown a kite, sometimes it goes so high it's hard to see and it looks so small. Another example is when a car is driving away and you wave goodbye, you stop when the car gets so far that you can no longer see it. One-point perspective in art is a word that artists use. It means that objects look like they get smaller the further away they are. The objects get so small that they eventually vanish. Here's an example. Let's look at these rows of desks. Do the objects get smaller as they go further back? If we look at this middle row, the desk closest to us appears much larger than the desk furthest away from us, but we know that these desks are all the same size. Let's make sure that's correct. This is the width of the desk closest to us, and that is the width of the desk furthest from us. These desks are the same size, but because one is further away from us, it appears smaller. Now, if we kept adding desks in front of this one, they eventually would no longer look like desks, and they would look like a dot in the distance. Now, where do these vanish? If we follow the lines of the desks, like this, we find that they intersect at one point. This point is called the vanishing point. Let's take another look. Can you guess where the vanishing point would be? This is where the vanishing point is. The reason we know this is because if we follow the lines, they all intersect at this point. In other words, try placing your hand in front of your face. If you don't want to use your hand, you can use an object, maybe a pencil. If you move your hand or this object further away, observe that it gets smaller. If we bring it back closer to our face, it appears much larger. Your hand or the object will look smallest when it's the furthest away, and it will look the largest when it's the closest. Give it a try. Now let's not forget about the sky. Previously, our vanishing point had lines coming at it from the bottom. If you look at the sky, we could tell that there are lines that also intersect at our vanishing point. So previously, we had lines that came and intersected at the vanishing point from the bottom, and the second time from the sky. Now, why are there lines on the sides of the vanishing point? This is called the horizon line. It is horizontal. This means it moves straight from one side to another, like this. If the line was not straight, it would not be horizontal. These three examples are of lines that are not horizontal. Now that we know what a horizontal line looks like, we can look at the horizon line. It is a straight line through our vanishing point. So if this were our horizon line, our vanishing point would be here. And in this image, it is right here. And if you remember correctly, there were no lines that met this vanishing point. We had some on the bottom, we had some on the top, but not on the sides. Again, this is called the horizon line. Let's give this a try. Let's try adding the square into the image. How might we draw lines back to the vanishing point so that they intersect at that point? Take a moment and think about it. Let's see how you did. If you drew these lines back to this point here, that means you have a basic understanding of one-point perspective. Good job.